guys, welcome back to my channel. Shannon Ashley here. Today guys, I'm going to be talking about something that's not really discussed. I don't feel like I ever hear anyone talking about it, but it's literally just going to be my ideas of what's wrong with the beauty community and stuff that you probably never even thought about. Without further ado, let's just get started. I am going to be doing my makeup with you guys as well. I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer just to prime my face. I'm like a small YouTuber, I guess you could say. I've been quietly on YouTube for like the past 3 to 4 years, but over the years I felt kind of like the same thing, and I've experienced a few things like firsthand. One that I think nobody ever talks about, but it's very real. Firsthand, what I've experienced as like a observer, like as a viewer and as a content creator, is it's very hard to keep up with all these new trends and products, and that's just not makeup, but it's everything in life. But I feel like makeup comes out at such like a fast pace that it's like, oh my goodness, like I just bought this, like I just bought the Morphe 350 palette, and I think they've came out with like 4 new palettes, and I'm like, okay, what the heck, how am I supposed to keep up with this stuff? I lowered the brightness a little bit so I can see a little bit more my color, but yeah, I'm like, how am I supposed to keep up with this stuff? Going in with the Royal Affairs BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. Has 20 colors, and I'm gonna go in with the color Prince. So yeah, I'm like, how do I keep up with this stuff? One, and two, like, okay, so from a content creator, how do you keep up with this stuff if you're not like on a PR list to constantly review it? You have to buy it. We'll come back to that. And then as a viewer, same thing. Like, how do you constantly keep up with this stuff so you can stay in the loop? A lot of people watch just to watch. A lot of people don't actually go out and buy stuff. But the same thing, like, to keep up with it, like if your favorite YouTuber says like, oh my goodness, this product's amazing, you're gonna go out and get it. So you have to buy it. So just like that constant need for consumption, beauty community thrives off of that. But it's a big problem, especially like with young people. Like, how the heck are you supposed to save for a house, a car, anything if you're constantly buying like a $45, $25, $100 palette, or like $40, you know, foundation? Like, it's hard, you know? So then back to that word buy. A lot of people aren't buying makeup, a lot of people are stealing makeup. Next we're gonna go in with this color Aristocrat. So you guys are like, Shannon, how do you know that? Like, that is such a strong claim. Okay, so I used to work in loss prevention, and the numbers for how many cosmetics get stolen is ridiculous. Like, people steal more cosmetics than anything else in the store. When it comes to like Target and Walmart, all of that, like cosmetics just walks out the door. Literally, like, they grow 2 legs, or I should say, or 5 fingers, and they literally walk out the door. It's crazy. The numbers are crazy. That's one thing, is like from experience. And then 2, the reason why this video is being made, the stores are like making it a challenge for like regular people who don't steal to buy stuff. So I live in California. California probably has some of the biggest theft numbers in the country, especially the LA County. But a few years back in Palmdale, that's where I grew up and went to high school, they started locking up all of the beauty stuff. Like, they created their own little like checkout section inside of the beauty department, and I was like, okay. Then they switched a part of that section where like you literally have to like walk into this whole section and check out, and it's like you're glassed in, kind of like a cave or something. So they did all of that, and then they added natural hair products, and that irritated me because I was like, okay, so they're basically saying black people steal. Like, that's pretty much what they were saying. So I was like, whatever. So that was Palmdale. So then coming out to the San Fernando Valley, there's an area called Porter Ranch. That Walmart, all the beauty cosmetics are locked up. So I'm like, okay, like this I can handle, because like they're just not giving anyone the opportunity to steal, you know? But it sucks because, okay, they're locking up everything, but they're not adding that many employees. So you literally have to wait for someone to come and unlock it for you, and it is the most annoying thing. Like, you can't go in there in a rush. So like, you're kind of just forced to either do store pickup or like pray that when you go in there, someone will be there to help you. There's never anyone at the stores to help you nowadays. So it's like, so many people are stealing, and I'm not saying like YouTube or like content creators are like the reason for this. I'm just saying like overall consumption and like the need to like always, you know, have the newest thing. I'm not saying that causes people to steal. People are gonna steal if they're gonna steal, but like clearly theft is becoming an issue. So it's just crazy that like it's such like a known fact. I'm going in with this color Regal. It's such like a known but unknown fact. Like if you work in retail, you probably know people steal a lot, but if you don't, this might be astonishing to you. Comment below if you have any thoughts or opinions about that. Okay, another issue I guess is that it's just so problematic now. It's like I literally catch myself on the internet watching more drama than like actual like beauty videos, which I guess it is what it is, but it's just kind of funny how it's like warped into like this is the newest version of reality TV, you know? It's really interesting. So this palette had quite a bit of fallout. I'm so happy that I did that eyeshadow first, but now we're gonna go in with foundation. So I'm mixing my two L'Oreal Infallible foundations, the 530 and the 525. Back to what we were saying. So yeah, it just seems like problematic is in, and if you can call people out for being problematic, your channel is going to explode. Like literally, and I know my, you know, recommended is just a reflection of what I watch, but it just feels so out of control. It's like this person, like people are making more money talking about YouTubers than like YouTubers that actually create content, you know? And at the end of the day, drama thrives, but it's like, it sounds like I'm complaining because I'm unpopular, like I'm in like high school, like it's not fair. But honestly, I'm just saying like what I'm observing, and I'm like, is this really what we're spending our time on? I'm guilty of it too, don't get me wrong, but it's just so interesting to me. Like that's what this has come to, and like no one really talks about it. People just say, you know, like drama channels are in, and like, you know, influencers are in cahoots with the drama channels just to make them bigger. And like no doubt like drama does make you bigger, but I'm just like, this is just so interesting to me. Back to this video of like things people never talk about. I think that we should, and this goes so anti against what the beauty community is about, but I wish like there is more of an emphasis on like, I don't know, just well-being, like not pushing every product down people's faces. But I mean, it's the nature of it, but it just sucks that it's the nature of it. And from my standpoint, it's like, okay, I've probably bought like 5 or 6 foundations this year. So far, we're in June. There's no way I can even use all 6 of those foundations, but like I feel pressure right now to go out and buy, like I'm probably going to go out and buy Juvia's Place. So it's like you have to keep reviewing this stuff to stay relevant, but it honestly just feels like this ongoing, never-ending circle and cycle that you just can't escape. And it's just like, what is the point of this, you know? So then yeah, that's like as a content creator, but then as a consumer, it's like, why am I always looking for something to top the last product? Like, why can't I be content? I think content is the word that I've been searching for. Okay, we're going in with Almond and L'Oreal Infallible. Let's see, this is way too light, but we're gonna make it work. I feel like I had another color that was a little darker. Oh, another thing now that I'm talking about this. So when I first started doing beauty videos a couple years ago, like shade inclusion was not really a thing. It was just like, this is how it is. But now that it is a thing, I feel like it's so dramatic. Like, okay, so this is coffee, pretty much like my foundation color. I think I would bought this for my pigmented area. Yeah, I did. It's such a thing now that like, I don't want to say people that have no business talking about shade range, but like people are overdoing it to the point where it's so uncomfortable. Like I was watching, I mean, I still like her, she's cool, but I was watching Jaclyn Hill's video about releasing her, well, that was pointless. You're like, girl, how are you making this video when you can't even blend your concealer? I was watching Jaclyn Hill's release video about her cosmetic line, which looks really cool, and I'm happy about like the shade she included, but it was kind of like, okay, guys, give me a second because this is not working out at all. Okay, I know you guys hate me when I do this, but I'm taking a dry beauty blender to kind of mix this in. But okay, back to the video. So when she was talking about the shades for darker skin complexions like mine, it was kind of uncomfortable because she didn't mean it like this, but it was just like she kind of overdid it. And I feel like from her side, it's like whether she says it or she doesn't, like people are gonna complain. But let me just give like my perception. So like she was like, I made these dark colors for the chocolate woman, and like she just talked about us more than any other complexion. She was just, these just look so yummy on like dark skinned girls, like I just want to eat them up. And I'm like, okay, can people stop calling us food? Like, we don't need to be eaten up all the time, you know? But like I was saying, I feel like a couple years ago that wouldn't have even been a thought, but now that like shade range is such like it's so in and like the wave, it's just like we're kind of like a trend right now. People aren't really checking for us. Like notice that Maybelline and Revlon and all these brands are still releasing a bunch of new foundations that don't have a full shade range, but we're only hearing a lot about the foundations that do have a shade range. So you're just like, do they really care? Because if they cared, they would, you know, this would be a change for all of the foundations, not just like the ones they have a big marketing budget for, you know? And the fact that they can do all this, like, okay, so retail's dying, like let me get that out the way. But the fact that they promote so much color online, like color, diversity, inclusivity online, but when you show up to the stores that have everything locked up, there is not any, like, it's just the same old thing. Like there's one color for dark skin. So I literally have to order online, which means ordering 2 to 3 shades like this that may or may not work. And it's just real tragic right now. Like there's improvement, but it's really tragic. And it's like, I know it literally sounds like I'm just complaining right now and ranting. I feel like I'm giving a point of view that nobody talks about, but it's kind of like depressing because it's like, okay, I like making beauty videos because I feel like I learned so much from YouTube that it's kind of like my way of like paying it forward, giving back, inspiring other dark-skinned girls like myself. Like, you can wear makeup, you are beautiful chocolate. See, I just call it as chocolate, but you're a pretty beautiful girl. But it's like this beauty community now is just so like drama filled and impacted by so much nonsense that it's like overwhelming. Like I can't even come on here and watch a good video without being spammed about like who said this, why we're crying about this person, and oh my gosh, this person's makeup failed. Like people are so wrapped up in this person failing that they can't even focus on like themselves and like what they need to do to succeed. And it's just really sad at the end of the day. Back to my channel, like definitely now more than before, like my beauty videos don't really go anywhere because I feel like they're just boggled down under like, there's just so much in the beauty community that's going on. And it kind of makes you not even want to try anymore, truth be told. It's like getting really hot in California and it's kind of hot in here, so I'm just fanning myself. But okay, side note, I am liking how this turned out. I'm gonna fix my eyebrows real fast. But it can be a little like sad and depressing, like what's the point? But at the end of the day, I love doing beauty because I just, again, I feel like if I can inspire someone to, you know, play in makeup and just do a couple things to make themselves feel more beautiful, like my job is done, because that's what people have done for me. And I feel a lot of times way more confident like when I can like fix my eyebrows up and put on a little foundation and concealer to like give myself flawless skin, you know. But then a lot of people can say there's a lot with like the beauty industry in general, like we shouldn't feel the need to do any of this stuff, which they do have a point there, but here we are. Another thing that's really interesting about the beauty community right now is that so much of it is male owned that we don't even know. So we're just like supporting and like the male, like it's always been beauty at the forefront, but like males are like dominating it, if you get what I'm saying, like from the back and the front. So it's like when a woman speaks up or when like a non-dominant person speaks up, like it seems like it's not as accepted, if that makes sense. You guys know I hate doing this on camera, so I'm gonna put my mascara on off camera. Mascara is on. Another thing, guys, is like the entitlement is real on both sides from like influencers and brands, and it's just kind of like a tough sea to navigate. Personally, on my end, I don't know if I want to go into this, but brands have reached out to me asking to review stuff, and I don't know if I want to say this. Brands have reached out to me asking me to review stuff, and I will decline them if they don't want to pay me. I know it sounds entitled on my end, but I'm like, there's tons of other videos I could be making. And let's say this video I make for you does really well, and you make all this money, and I just got something, you know? So I'm not saying like everything has to be done for the money, but I feel like it's nice when there's like respect on both ends. But pretty much there's like tons of brands are expecting people to do stuff for free, and then tons of influencers are expecting, you know, brands to think this way about them or brands to this, and it's like there's not a lot of, what can I say, compromise. It just feels like everyone's battling pretty much. You know, you guys are like, how can you say that when you just told us that you won't do reviews unless they're paid? Shame on me. Okay, so this is K by ColourPop, Karrueche's color. So pretty on dark skin. It's a little red. I feel like I would have liked a little bit more brown. But yeah, I mean, for lack of better words, I'm not gonna say the word I feel like there's just like a bunch of F-ish going on right now, and I'm like, how do you like manage this? This is Chi. Okay, so besides this crumbling on my lips everywhere, this is actually really pretty. Love this color combo. Now that we've talked a lot about the bad stuff going on YouTube, I just want to mention I do think there's far more good than that definitely outweighs the bad. Like seriously guys, you can start a channel, post twice a week for the rest of the year, and by January, in 6 months, you will be making money. So it's crazy that like we have this platform to generate money, and that you can literally just talk about things that interest you and like gain an audience and people like you. I think people like you, but people actually want to listen, and then eventually like, did I just get rid of everything I put on my face with this powder? I think that just so far outweighs like all the bad. It's like the possibility on this platform is so endless that like it's so worth just giving it a shot. You know, I think some things that people need to take responsibility for, myself included, is that what you see is a reflection of what you are searching for. So if there's some stuff you don't, literally just got makeup all over my shirt, but you just got to start searching for other stuff. Tell the platform like you're not interested in certain stuff that's coming up, and like that seriously I feel like helps a lot. I also think it's so cool there's so many like minorities and so many women growing on this platform. Are we growing at the rate that other males and non-minorities are growing? No, but I mean there's still a possibility, and I think it's awesome. I think overall there's just so much you can do on here. The amount of people you can reach on YouTube is just crazy, especially when it comes to something as simple as beauty. It's just really crazy, and I don't think it should be like overshadowed, but I also think that content creators do have to take responsibility too with like what they really want their audience to get from them. You know, and as I grow and my channel develops, I kind of wonder the same. But yeah guys, this is pretty much it. Let's take this off. I've learned so much good stuff from being on YouTube. I've learned how to create this whole face of makeup. I've learned how to apply this wig. I have just learned so much good stuff. So I feel like the good definitely outweighs the bad and the problems on here. Literally a lot of people think, you know, YouTube is the algorithms and all of that is just making it so much difficult, but so much more harder. But I feel like the possibilities are really endless. You just gotta go for it. I'm thankful to be exactly where I am. Of course, would I wish I could be bigger? Yeah, but overall I just feel like there's a lot to gain from here. If you are someone who's thinking about should you start a YouTube channel, I think you definitely should. What is there to lose? Time is not running out. I feel like it's just becoming more and more of a reminder that of why you should be on a video platform like this. Video is wave. If YouTube goes away, I'm sure there's going to be another video platform for you to join. I think sharing your life, your tips and tricks anything, whether it's makeup, travel, anything. The world needs it. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and go ahead and just watch another video. I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next one.